have 2 minutes left. This time, Tavi couldn't quite suppress her grin. Is there anything I can do to help? I gave up on the useless brooding with a sigh. Tavi was one of my closest friends, the sister of my heart, if not my blood. Not really, I said. I just had a long night, and I still haven't found anything useful. I did not tell her that during the short amount of sleep I'd gotten, my dreams had been filled with a certain Valovian weapons expert. Varro Runkow had ignored all of my subtle attempts at flirting, and the not-so-subtle attempts, too. After weeks of trying, I'd taken the hint and settled into a teasing friendship with him. But my subconscious still hadn't gotten the memo. Neither had my neglected libido. I'd wanted Varro from the moment I'd laid eyes on him, and that instant, fierce attraction had only grown into deeper affection the more I'd gotten to know him. Getting over it was proving harder than I'd like. Tavi rarely missed anything. Her assessing gaze flickered over me in the hot chocolate that I usually hoarded like a dragon. She waited, expression open, but when I didn't take her silent offer to talk, she nodded once and changed the subject. Still no sign of Morton? I shook my head. A little over a month ago, Commodore Frank Morton had kidnapped the young heir to the Valovian Empire. We'd rescued the kid. But we still didn't know what Morton's endgame was. A representative for the Federated Human Planets, commonly called the FHP or Fed, had denied that Morton was still part of the military, but the Valovian Empire wasn't buying it. And neither was I. If Morton wasn't stopped, he'd push the FHP and the Valovian Empire back into war. But none of us knew why. What did he gain from a war that would kill thousands, if not millions? The question had plagued me for weeks. I'd chased down lead after lead, only to run into nothing but dead ends and more questions. The team counted on me for information, and right now there was precious little. Eventually, Morton would slip up and I would catch him, but I wished the whole process were faster. Luna had no time for the problems of people. She chirruped demandingly and sent us a telepathic picture of a little Valovian creature that looked something like a rabbit, her idea of food. Tavi tisked at Luna's impatience, but she still went to feed her. I grinned at the two of them. Tavi liked to pretend that her heart wasn't made of marshmallow fluff, but anyone who watched her around Luna would figure out the truth in no time flat. After the burbu was fed, Tavi poured herself a cup of coffee. She took a sip, then leaned against the bar and returned to the conversation with a sigh. Do you think Morton's still on Valovia? Should we head back to Valovian space?
No.
A hard male voice answered from the doorway. My eyes were drawn to the sound despite the fact that I knew exactly who I'd find. Varro stepped into the room in dark pants and a deep blue shirt that emphasized his tan skin and short, curly, dark blonde hair. It also emphasized the hard expanse of his chest and his muscular arms. Not that I noticed. Varro had been in the gym when I'd checked on him earlier. I wasn't avoiding him, but after my tumultuous dreams, I decided to keep my distance for a bit until I could be a good friend again. And nothing else. But Varro had a habit of silently appearing wherever I was, even when I expected him to be elsewhere. I dipped my head in greeting, and his gaze swept over my face. His mouth turned down in apparent distaste as he caught sight of the deep shadows marring the pale skin under my eyes. Unlike Tavi, my skin tended toward pasty when I spent too much time in space. I looked washed out on the best of days, and today wasn't exactly that. I knew he wasn't for me, but that look still stung. It wasn't my fault that I hadn't slept well. He should go grump at someone else. Except I liked it when he was around, even if he spent the time scowling at me. I was hopeless. I redirected my thoughts to the question.